You gotta love the fact that a one Mark Ruffalo, who plays the Incredible Hulk for Disney's MCU, can just post anything he wants without any repercussions. Look at this. This happened on July 1st. He goes, "For the record, history is repeating itself, comparing America to a particular time period in Germany." That's right. I think he's complaining and crying about the Supreme Court ruling that just happened. But, there was another person that worked for Lucasfilm that posted something about a particular time period, and that person's entire life was ruined. They were fired. Employees from Lucasfilm showed up out of nowhere, made up all kinds of crazy things about her. Oh, and they deleted those statements, by the way, but some people still have them. And, the career was canceled. Nobody wanted to work with this person anymore. Because of a social media post. I wonder if Mark's going to get the same treatment. What do you guys think? Think Mark will get the same treatment as Gina? Or does Mark have the right think for that particular company? Well, Gina has a great response, and you're going to want to hear it. But before we get there, could you do me a favor and please hit the subscribe button? Look at that. We're almost at 90K. It is a free thing you could do that helps out the channel. It means the world to me. Thank you so much to everyone who's already subscribed. Now let's go to Gina Carano's Twitter and see what she had to say. Double standards on full display. It's a constant and obvious elephant in the room in Hollywood. There is example after example, such as Mark Ruffalo's Below, that prove this, whom, by the way, I believe should have the right to express himself without getting fired. Although I cringe at most of all his political posts, he is an actor, but he is a human being passionately engaging in something that he feels strongly about. It must be nice. It must be a nice feeling to express yourself so freely. Not everyone in this country has that privilege without having everything that they love taken from them. Do we wonder why he has that privilege and I did not? The answers are in my case. I know people would prefer basketball players to just dribble or actors to just act, but when you're in a world where lives are being destroyed and lost all around you, how does any human being become forced to stay silent when death by injustice surrounds them? Disney, Lucasfilm maliciously twisted the narrative of a meme I posted, which was encouraging neighbors not to demonize their neighbors, or history could repeat itself. They twisted that meme into saying that I was denigrating people off of their culture and religious beliefs. It was suggested that I was comparing Republicans to the Jewish people in the Holocaust, something that I never said or posted. I called no one a Yahtzee. I did not deny the Holocaust. Read that last sentence again. I never did this, yet I was smeared as an anti-Semite. That doesn't seem to happen to a certain group of people that choose to use these comparisons as well. Why is that? The rules for thee and not for me group. So what are these rules exactly? This lie was fed to you by the corrupt media based off a statement from Disney Lucasfilm, who have since doubled down on their slander towards me. Their narrative took on a life of its own, while my life and career were tossed aside. The media repeated and repeated this lie until it became an untruthful fact to many who aren't the best at doing their own research, who instead listen to fake news and what we've seen journalism digress into. Spare a few brilliant journalists. A demoralized society becomes hungry for propaganda, willing to give up their rights and the rights of others. It causes division and drives societies into a mob mentality, picking on a group of people, turning neighbor against neighbor. It's one of the largest reasons the gates were opened for the Yahtzees to come into power in the first place. Yeah, and the reason why I say the word Yahtzees, if you don't know, YouTube doesn't like the other word, and they tend to suppress videos and things like that if you say that word. I don't make the rules here. I just try to follow them. So in case you're wondering, why is he saying Yahtzee? That's why I'm saying it. This way of doing things cannot be what we base condemning and destroying people's livelihoods and careers off of. The media manipulates the masses so easily based on their affiliations with large corporations and powerful people who signal and encourage them who to destroy. Where my case stands as of now, we are patiently waiting with respect to the judge's ruling on whether she will grant or deny Disney Lucasfilm to dismiss the case that I've brought against them. My hope is that my case brings balance back to a very broken industry. My case is not just for people who think exactly like me, but for everyone who will be and has been placed in this position. Let's restore the balance, something that I believe the majority of the industry desires, just as I believe the majority of our beautiful country desires as well. We can have conversations where we don't agree. In fact, we just might learn something from each other through more conversations. Conversation over cancellation, like I've said from the beginning. So what do you think about Gina's response? Did it just expose Disney and their hypocrisy? I think so. Why is Marc allowed to post whatever he wants with no repercussions? Rules for thee, not for me, all that stuff, you know how it is. Oh, however you're supposed to say it. And let this set the record straight that Gina's case has not moved forward. I know a lot of people were posting that it's going to discovery and all that stuff. It hasn't. She actually posted that herself saying, look, I know there's a lot of rumors out there and a lot of people are saying stuff, but we're waiting on a judge to see if they're going to dismiss it or go forward. So there hasn't been a ruling in that yet. So we'll just have to wait and see. And I will bring that news to you as soon as we have it. Also, shout out to that Park Place. They alerted me of all this that was happening. I don't spend that much time on Twitter because it is ugly out there, ladies and gentlemen. It is ugly. So again, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Was Gina out of line here? Was her original post that I showed at the beginning of this video, was that out of line? Was that completely different than what Marc Ruffalo is posting? Let me know. Maybe educate someone. Let us know your thoughts on that. I'd love to read it just to see where everyone is standing on this. I think no one should be canceled. Even if you look at something and cringe at where they stand politically, it's like, hey, look, that's where they stand. But I want the same freedom to post where I stand without any repercussions. It's crazy to me that more and more actors and employees from this company can get away with saying whatever they want about anything politically or wherever, or our country that we live in. And nothing's ever done, but they didn't like Gina. Keep strong, Gina. Keep fighting your fight. You know, we all got your back. Till next time.